Good afternoon, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this afternoon, Western Union outlet near Heroes Circle in Kingston robbed. Thieves have broken into a Western Union location near Heroes Circle in Kingston. The robbery occurred sometime between Monday night and early Tuesday morning. Details on how the break-in happened are still being gathered. Police investigators visited the scene to search for clues. The Western Union branch is located on the compound of a popular gas station. The incident comes 2 weeks after a similar break-in at a Western Union in Above Rocks, St. Andrew, where reports indicated that over $5 million was stolen. As of August 2, robberies in Jamaica have increased by 11% and the break-ins by 24% year-on-year. Decomposing body of 80-year-old farmer found in his yard in St. Elizabeth. The decomposing body of an 80-year-old man was found in his yard in the White Hill district of St. Elizabeth on Monday. He has been identified as Amlin Ferron. Reports are that about 10 a.m. on August 4, Ferron, who was a farmer, was found dead under a tree at the back of his dwelling. The body was in an advanced stage of decomposition. The police were called to the scene and the body was removed for a post-mortem examination. The Mogatip police are investigating the matter. Clarendon police seized ammunition concealed in ganja at the Mapen market. The Clarendon police are closely monitoring activities in the Mapen market after ammunition concealed in ganja was seized during an operation on Monday. The police say several men managed to escape with what is suspected to be more contraband following a chase. It is reported that about 11:30 a.m., the Clarendon Beat Patrol team was conducting operations inside the market to include snap raids, vehicle and personal checkpoints, stop and search procedures, and health and safety checks. While engaged in the search of 2 men believed to be involved in extortion, approximately 8 men emerged from around a nearby corner carrying large knapsacks and bags. Upon noticing the police, the men fled in different directions. 3 of the men were pursued and 1 was observed discarding a black plastic bag to the side of the road. All the suspects escaped. The plastic bag was retrieved, searched and found to contain loose ganja and small ganja parcels. The Clarendon police say 15 rounds of ammunition were discovered while manually separating the ganja. St. Anne police declines a permit for party series due to traffic challenges. The St. Anne police say permission will not be granted for a popular event under the Best Weekend Ever party series at the current venue in Discovery Bay. It follows the gridlock leading into Discovery Bay on Sunday during the staging of Zimise Beach. The event drew massive crowds, resulting in a miles-long traffic jam, which left motorists stranded for hours. Deputy Superintendent Rochelle McGibbon-Scott, the officer in charge of Zone 2 in St. Anne, said on Monday that an assessment is being done to determine the way forward in this matter. The senior officer, speaking with the news, said there is need for an expansion of roadways in St. Anne to facilitate development and increase in traffic. Regarding the traffic chaos last weekend, DSP McGibbon-Scott said more than 40 motorists were prosecuted for breaches of the Road Traffic Act along the roadway leading to the Discovery Bay venue.
It simply means that if we're having this situation now, then next year to come, it's going to get worse. So as we go along, we have to do the assessment based on, how well these events are held at these places and the backlash that is bringing to us. And then suggestions will be made in terms of not using this venue. But as I said before, initially, most times, We are working based on ticket sales, based on what is sold to us. And sometimes the promoters are very disingenuous. They would give us a figure and knowing well that they would have sold maybe 2 times that amount. So what we are really preparing for is not necessarily what we get. But at the end of the day, we just have to try our very best to use what we have to treat with it. The truth is, we have outgrown what we have in terms of our public thoroughfare forcing, and we have a lot of development and so many things happening, which is good for business here. But we need now to put some more effort into the expansion of our road network to facilitate what we are reaping. So those will be the moving violators, so those persons who were undertaking and overtaking. So it was a lot. So the officers were trying to deal with some prosecution for some and then still trying their very best to move to get the traffic going.
The St. Ann Municipal Corporation also weighed in on the matter, promising to implement stricter measures for larger-scale entertainment events after Sunday's traffic nightmare. Mayor of St. Ann's Bay, Michael Belnavis, acknowledged that there has been a significant increase in entertainment events in the parish, which requires appropriate regulatory responses. He said indiscipline on the part of drivers was a major factor in the traffic chaos on Sunday. Owners of animals urged to get them tagged to prevent theft and control diseases. Owners of animals are being urged to utilize the services of the Veterinary Services Division to get them tagged, to protect them from theft and to control diseases. According to Senior Director of the division, Dr. Aicolin Ricketts, the entity is promoting animal welfare, protecting public health, advancing food safety and security, and safeguarding the trading of animal and animal products. I really implore you to reach out to us, the Veterinary Services Division. We have an office in every parish. Reach out to us, tell us what your circumstances are, or your animal, and where you are. If it is that you are having any challenges, make that known as well, she said on a recent podcast. Ricketts pointed out that the division is tasked with the responsibility of safeguarding both animal and human health through the various services which they offer, in keeping with their mandate, which entails keeping exotic diseases out of Jamaica, promoting animal welfare, protecting public health, and advancing food safety and security. We have various units in the veterinary services. For example, the Field Services Unit performs a surveillance in the field, which contributes to disease prevention in conjunction with our veterinary epidemiologist, she said. Ricketts noted that there are units which have oversight for the inspection of imported and exported animals, animal products, and animal byproducts, and we also control the entry of diseases into our country in terms of issuance of import permits for permissible items. Our import permits lay down the guidelines under which we import certain products from certain countries, which lessens the risk of introduction of exotic diseases into the country, she said. The division, which is in the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining, also does inspections of imported meats and meat byproducts at the port and all live animals that enter the island. They are inspected on arrival to ensure that they meet the standards which are laid down to protect the population from diseases. It operates laboratory services for the protection of the livestock industry and offers artificial insemination services for cattle, pigs, and goats. Guys, thank you for watching. See you this evening at 6 p.m. for another news update.